The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
I love gold!
Well, look who's the big man introducing you all to the show. This is Pillow Talk with Franklin and me, Uncle Howard, everybody's favorite. I'm doing the intro because Franklin's voice is down in the dumps, but let's hear from him anyway.
Hey Howard, my voice is a little off today. Speaking of a little more bass to compensate for being a little sick, but I'm good. I'm good to go because it's the fans. It's the fans who make us, you know.
You're
I'm
just
not here
like
for a handout.
Like when Bret Hart went out there with 103 fever and wrestled the Mountie.
I compare that to so much of my day-to-day life. It's like, well, if Bret Hart can wrestle the Mountie for the Intercontinental title with a fever, like, I should be able to go to work today, you know? I should be able to handle certain tasks, you know?
That's what Jordan looked at in the finals.
The Michael Jordan, after the quote-unquote flu game, doing coke the night before, he's like, oh, well, Bret Hart, he faced the Mountie, you know? He always gets his man, too.
He said, I'm too sick to go out and play tomorrow. And who was coaching the Bulls at that time?
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson, of course. I taught him everything he knows about Buddhism.
The Zen master.
Yeah. Phil Jackson, he told him, he said, hey, if Bret Hart could go out there and put it all on the line against the Mountie, you can go out there and score a bunch of points.
Then Phil Jackson goes up to Michael Jordan and says, hey, check out this tape. It's like MSG comp right here, I think, or I forgot the arena was, maybe Boston Garden. Mountie versus Bret Hart. Yeah. Michael Jordan pops in that tape, and the rest, as we know, that's NBA history right there.
That is, to this day, considered the most impressive athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bret Hart against the Mountie.
Bret Hart against the Mountie. If you look it up, I mean, you'll find Babe Ruth in the top 10, but Bret Hart versus the Mountie is number one.
Number one in our hearts, just like the fans are number one in our hearts.
We love the fans.
The fans know, but maybe newcomers don't. We do this bed live from our king-size bed, the bed we share, the bed we wrestle in, the bed we sleep in, and the bed we watch movies in. And
this is the bed that Christ built.
Yeah, it's more like the bed Dr. Evil built, but you know, for now, I don't think he's gonna show up. Not because of any
he won't.
Not like for any reasons that I know about. But anyways, my movie is I live blogged it the other day, but I want you to watch it with me, Uncle Howard. It's called American Wedding. Have you seen it?
I have not seen American
Wedding. You have not
Wedding.
seen it, but you saw the first two, correct?
Of course.
And you saw American Reunion?
Yes.
That was a pause right there.
It was. I had to think about it.
It's tough to remember great moments in cinema sometimes. It might not come to you immediately.
Every Eugene Levy appearance that I've seen.
Well, I mean, so you've seen The Naked Mile, though, right?
No.
American Pie presents The Naked Mile. No.
No.
Have you seen American Pie
Presents?
You haven't seen it. You're not a presents guy. I'm a presents guy.
You're a lot deeper in than I am on a lot of these things.
I know Stifler's cousin who went to band camp because I remember one iconic line from that movie. I'm gonna put this beanie on my weenie, and I was like, okay, that's a Stifler, all right.
Damn, that is good.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't it true that the only two actors that have been in every American Pie and American Pie affiliated movie are Eugene Levy and the Shermanator?
I was just gonna bring that up, but I don't think the Shermanator was an American Wedding. That's the craziest thing about this.
Why would they do that to the Shermanator?
But But he was like the principal in one of them. Principal Shermanator. Target acquired.
Well, it's only natural that a man like the Shermanator would gravitate towards positions of authority, because that's a man that people can respect, and well, he's a born leader.
That's true. Shermanator is a friend of the show, actually. So
Very
I don't want
good
to.
friend of the show.
Yeah. Taught him everything he knows. But no, I that you would be spot on. He probably is a Naked Mile. I mean, we got to just revisit all these American Pie movies. We got to get immersed in that universe, because maybe 9/11 didn't happen there. Kate Raff likes to mention that 9/11 didn't happen in the Star Is Born universe. So I want to know, did 9/11 happen in the American Pie universe?
Did 9/11 happen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Because now with Captain Marvel coming out set in the 90s, we know there were superheroes around during 9/11.
And she couldn't stop 9/11.
Some hero she is.
If she was around planet Earth, so she's been lazy this entire time throughout like all these other invasions. She's like, nah, I'm good. I imagine she has to get thrown into space or some nonsense. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure. I'm not even gonna say his name. He's a good man, but he's always like commenting anytime I have a Marvel joke. Bad mouthing the franchise, and But regardless, she very apathetic to all the global invasions and Loki and all this stuff. But more importantly, forget all that. You don't want to get involved. That's fine. Iron Man knows that they all covered it before. But you didn't want to stop 9/11, Captain Marvel. You didn't want to stop. And I have to assume 9/11 happened because why else do they get this? Does it become this like surveillance state? If SHIELD and all that.
Why else would people be so relatively unaffected by aliens destroying New York City?
Right. They weren't used
Unless
to
New York
towers
City
falling
had
already.
already been destroyed, yeah.
God damn. That is pretty spot on, Uncle Howard. But back to American Wedding. So Netflix shows it as American Pie Wedding, but the movie's called American Wedding. They just want you to know it's American Pie affiliated, and they don't want it to be confused.
Get that out of the way here, right now.
They don't want it to be confused with like American Beauty or something like that. Like, no. So you could tell this movie, it's at a different time. It's the old days. A lot of homophobic jokes by Steven Stifler, but he goes to a gay bar.
It was a different time.
Yeah, it's a different time. 2003. He goes to a gay bar. He has a dance off with some gay guy, and he wins.
That's funny.
And then that gay guy has to design Jason Biggs' wife's dress. So
that's traditionally how wedding dresses are made. Is you have to defeat a gay man who is then powerless.
Yeah.
But to sew you a dress, which they all know how to do.
They all know how to do it. So that's a big recommend. I recommend it, and I can't wait to watch it with you tonight. After a few headlocks, a few slam jams,
Oh, I've been feeling so cold. I hope you just snuggle up against me.
Well, our body heat from wrestling will keep us warm. We have a bond of doughboys we'll never understand.
They'll never be able to wrestle in a bed like we can.
They have their little tour, and they have separate hotel rooms. They have separate hotel rooms.
Pathetic.
You opening up a beer right now, Uncle Howard?
That's right. I was opening up a cold.
This guy and his cold beers. Cold beers and hot babes.
Cold
That's
beers,
how you live your
hot
life.
babes, and a Saturday night. That's what I call it.
It's Tuesday.
Some people say so.
Tuesday, the quintessential party night. That's what we like to call it.
That's right. It is.
So, what's your film, Howard?
I'm sorry. I picked a very smart movie. And it's a more recent blockbuster, and it stars your favorite actress, Natalie Hirschfeld. It is called Annihilation.
Annihilation. Her name's Natalie Hirschlag, I believe.
Oh,
but
pardon me.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know why she would change her name. I mean, I guess
it's a beautiful name.
Yeah. So I saw it again. Smart as hell. Smart as hell. Poe Dameron's in it.
If you want to talk about a movie that's so smart you're not sure what's going on, you've got to be talking about Annihilation.
Yeah.
There is a part where an alligator pig lady comes and barks at them.
There's okay, so he has like what, like kind of like a weird PTSD upon coming back or something like that, or I don't remember it that well.
Her Oscar Isaac, Poe
Yeah.
Dameron, as he's more correctly known,
Yeah.
goes into the shimmer, and he comes out, or does he?
Right.
And then they say, "Hey, let's send her in there too."
Yeah, makes sense. With a team,
Yeah,
though.
why not? Yeah, with
With
a
the
team.
Lady Ghostbusters.
They put a team together.
We need a team together. They don't even have a montage, though.
No, that was a real error. That's why they ran into such trouble.
Yeah. You know? They didn't get the Asian guy from Ocean's 11, their first
No.
mistake.
They didn't have a guy who could fit in small places.
No.
They
That's a
didn't
classic
have,
mistake.
They didn't have Clooney.
They didn't have a smooth talker like Bernie Mac.
No, they didn't.
You know, you're gonna get those aliens, you're gonna not want a smooth talking guy or a woman. Hey,
It's the
2019.
90s.
Hey, it's the 90s. You know, ladies can be smooth talking. You know,
Yeah,
I love it.
We're letting ladies do almost anything these days.
Look, Captain Marvel. That's
Yeah,
right there.
Representation matters.
I saw a lady playing a guitar at WrestleMania for Shinsuke Nakamura.
That's absurd.
That's where you draw the line. That's where you draw the line. Howard.
Yeah, a lady should not play guitar. That is one of the least ladylike instruments there are.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
She should
So
be
I guess
playing an oboe.
I don't know how that would work for Nakamura's theme, though.
Bow, bow.
Oh man. So Annihilation. This is a smart movie.
Very smart.
I didn't quite get it either. That shows you how smart it was. So I mean, that's there.
At the very end, you realize nothing is as it seems.
Right. And there's that scene where like she sees that she's with that creature who's like 12 feet
Yeah.
tall, and he's mimicking her moves. You know? And she runs
That's
to the
just
door.
like from The Abyss.
Oh, okay, man, you are a movie buff, and I do
Yeah.
because you're strong and you watch movies, not because you're a nerd and study
No.
them. Since when did
No.
the term buff get misconstrued? You're a film buff? Really? When do you hit the weights? Because I don't see it, pal. You
The
know?
only buffer around here I see is how you should be buffing my shoes.
Yeah, I mean, Buff Bagwell didn't call himself Buff Bagwell because he was a real fucking ancient history buff.
Yeah, hey,
I mean, I'm an
Buff-
ancient history buff. I'm Buff Bagwell.
I'm Buff Bagwell. Did you know that they show an orange in every scene before someone dies in The Godfather?
Yeah, no, I'm a film buff. Like, come on, man.
Come on.
Yeah, that's like false advertising.
Here's something, pals. If you want to go to a party, then make sure no one knows about your Criterion collection.
Oh my God, that's really sad. I mean, Criterion. Do those movies sell out big box office?
Oh, yeah, I think they're huge films. That's why everybody's always saying, hey, did you go and get the latest Criterion collection?
Yeah. Hey, it's they're playing the Criterion collection in the IMAX 3D.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
you can go see the Royal Tenenbaums in 3D.
Is that a Criterion collection?
It would have to be, wouldn't it?
God. You know what? I don't think I've seen it, to be honest. I take it back. But you know what I did? It was on the background. Wasn't a fan. But I feel like I saw the Darjeeling Limited.
Yeah.
Good soundtrack.
Oh,
but-
yeah. This guy knows exactly the songs from the 60s that you would want to hear when you're looking at Luke Wilson.
Yeah. I think that one was Owen, but maybe Luke was in it too. And
Who can tell?
yeah, true enough. Anyways, Uncle Howard, we got some questions for Valentine's Day coming up.
Oh, and I sure wish we didn't.
The school asked me, can you do the Valentine's Day dance? Can you DJ? I'm like, I don't know how to DJ. He's like, no, just set up a playlist or whatever. I'm like, I don't even know what they listen to, man. Like, I'm not their fucking age, man. I don't know what middle schoolers are gonna attempt to grind to. Like, what am I gonna? I'm gonna put like Van Halen and stuff, you know? Like what? Like, I don't. I mean, it was sad of them. It was sad. I was embarrassed for them to ask me, to be honest.
Are teenagers not listening to Van Halen these
They're
days?
not. They don't even know who Bon Jovi is.
They don't even know who David Bon Jovi and John Van Halen are.
No, they don't know John Van Halen. No,
That
no.
makes me sick.
Yeah, so it's like, dude, I can't. I mean, I hope I don't have to fucking supervise this thing either, because this is gonna be a mess. There's a middle school dance, and old
Hey,
Franklin.
that's pretty cool.
I hope nobody spikes the punch bowl.
They're gonna say like, "Oh, that old chaperone there. We gotta play a trick on him, and your shoes are gonna get tied together.
I'm gonna timber. I'm gonna fall like
You're
George
gonna go
Harrison.
straight into the cake."
Jesus Christ, man. Nah, I ain't about that, man. I'm not about
I ain't going
that.
down like that. I ain't going down.
No, man. I know they're little shits, you know. Straight up, they're little shits, but, you know, I mean, I will like the idea of free pizza, so I guess, you know, I'll chaperone. It's like throughout the day. It's not at night or some bullshit, you know. It's not a movie. It's not a fucking movie. It's like a dance from 1 to 3 o'clock.
It's not like you have to take them to like the water park on a Saturday.
Jesus Christ, a nightmare. I don't think they do that, but yeah. Actually, no, I had to do a field trip with them on Friday, but it's like 5 blocks down. We had to walk to like some art center. So like,
Well,
yeah.
you just make sure that you let them know money talks and bullshit walks.
Money talking to bribe. Why would we need to bribe a kid or something? Like what money talks, man?
You don't bribe the kid, you bribe their parents.
You bribe the parents. Why am I gonna bribe the parents for what?
Just
They don't know what to buy drugs. Jesus, Howard. Nah, man. I know what you're saying.
so you can take extra good care of the kids. You know, keep an extra eye on them.
I was gonna eat pizza and I'm gonna have the punch bowl.
Grease my palms a little bit, and I'll make sure that little Timmy doesn't break his leg.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
There's no telling what could possible accidents could befall him at this.
Jesus
dance.
Christ. Shut up, Uncle Howard. Let's get to these questions, man. You are
Alright.
you are the living end, Howard.
Oh, I'm quite a little devil.
You are. But no, I am glad you warned me about them tying my shoes together and me falling right into the cake.
It's a
That is-
classic. And you fall for it every single time.
I don't fall for it every time.
Most times.
Okay, well, a couple of times it's fine, but you know, it's only when I'm carrying warm spaghetti for you, and then look what you do to me. You know, you lose out on a meal just for a prank.
I
So
know,
anyways.
it's worth it though.
Anyways, the first question from White Trash Teach. Good man. This is going to be an intellectual question about Valentine's Day.
Not good, and he's barely a man.
Wow. He's a
No,
Chicago
great
guy.
He's a Chicago guy.
He's embedded in the Chicago wrestling scene.
He's
you
in
know,
the Chicago scene with CM Punk.
yeah, he's a regular Colt Cabana, CM Punk, all those guys, you know.
A cult classic.
And to his credit, he's a wrestling fan before the Bullet Club stuff, like Nick Weiger and those guys, those Hollywood guys. Oh, wrestling's cool now, Bullet Club. Okay, I'm into it now,
Yeah.
you know. So Teach is a real one, you know.
It's, you know, I get it because it took a long time for wrestling to start having guys with long hair and leather jackets. So I can see why once those kind of guys showed up, wrestling really took off with all the types.
It's like, all right, these guys just don't care. So
Yeah.
Teach's question is, have you ever had sex? Oh my God, this is a family show.
First of
have
all,
you ever
yes.
try 6 times, buddy.
Yeah.
Have you ever had sex with Siamese twins? If so, how many?
Twins?
Fuck. No. If so, how many?
You're up to too many twins a day, boy.
Too many
That's all
twins a
you're
day,
saying.
man. That's what the
You
doctor
gotta
told
cut
me I
back on the
had.
twins.
I gotta cut. Mr. Lombardo, you have to cut back on the twins. And like, doctor, no can do. I love twins too much, doc. Get this out of here, quack.
I'll die before I give up my twins.
Stick to single. Stick to only one. No can do, doc. Get out of here, quack.
Yeah.
So the Siamese twins, Uncle Howard has had sex with Siamese twins, and
Sure.
it was the one from the Matt Damon movie, and it was actually Matt Damon and the other guy. What's his name?
Oh, Dr. Megorium and his Wonderland Emporium.
Right. Yeah, you had sex with Matt Damon's character in the Siamese twins movie. Oh,
Yeah.
and you inspired that line where they kept saying, "We're not Siamese, we're American." That was a big punchline in that. Stuck on you. Stuck
Yeah,
on you.
Stuck
Yeah.
on You. That's right. A Farrelly Brothers film, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah. They're the innovators. They've changed the
They're
game.
The
They changed the game,
innovators of
and they only get
violence.
better.
Yeah.
Hall pass.
Better with age.
Yeah.
Oh, Hall Pass.
I'm always telling people, you got to revisit Hall Pass. It's too
It's
good.
Stephen Merchant's finest work.
Okay, what are Pinochas were there?
Oh, first
What's
of
that?
all, I believe that is a Espanol palabra.
Panochas? Is he
For-
trying to say, like, how many snatches were there, dude? Like,
Yeah, come on. First of all, did have sex with Siamese twins. It was the original Siamese twins, Cheng and Eng, who were, I believe they were Thai brothers. This was back in the 19th century, as we've established. I travel through time as though
Of
it is
course.
not a thing. That's not a big deal. I don't know why we even have to mention it.
yeah.
However, those gentlemen both had a penis of their own.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
So-
Twins have to jerk, Siamese twins have to jerk one dick? That's a tragedy right there.
Cero penochas dos vergas.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, Teach. And how were the feet? I mean, I don't think you're paying attention to feet with Siamese twins.
With Siamese twins, you got too much to keep an eye on. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
It's just, it's just one of those things where if you get lost in the details, you just, I'll never
Yeah.
get done with what you're trying to do.
No. It's really
Yeah.
you don't want to get caught up in it. You'll get lost. I've heard threesomes
The
are
enemy
very
of
much
the
like that.
good is the perfect. Yeah, exactly.
There you get lost, like you're trying to plan a spot fest, a big match.
Yeah. It's like you're standing there waiting for a luchador to jump on you.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know how I would do in a threesome. I remember I was watching Brooke Knows Best VH1 show,
Of course.
and she was scouting for a new roommate, and this guy kept saying, and they're like, oh, tell us something about you that we wouldn't know. He's like, oh, I've had a 3 and some, and he kept calling threesomes 3 and some. It's just like
So it was more than a threesome.
Three-
It was
yeah.
three
I-
and some more.
some more, I guess.
I've had a 3 and an extra 2.
I feel like I'd be bad at a threesome. I'm just gonna say that right now.
You know what? I gotta say, it's pressure enough when it's just by myself. You toss in another person, I'm a nervous wreck. You got a third person in there. Hell, there's going to be 2 people in there because I'm taking a header out the window.
Next
I don't
question.
need that kind of stress in my life.
No, man. It's ridiculous, man. Life ain't a porn, man. I'm not just gonna be motorboating and like, nah, dude. All right, next question. The joke man,
Ugh.
enemy of the show,
Noted enemy of the show.
noted enemy of the show. He got into it. I went to a wrestling show with him Sunday, and
He got
you know
into it with a wrestler. He got
No.
slammed, jammed, chopped, and dropped.
you'll like this. The referee of Ring of Honor, Todd Sinclair.
Sure.
He's a big boy.
Big boy.
Joke man stands up and he goes, "Hey, that's Louis Anderson," and he goes, and he just like nods like, "Fuck you, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
he's like,
you."
oh, fair enough.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Well, yeah, I guess I'm like Louis,
It would be cool if he utilized his referee power to disqualify the joke man.
You're out of here, pal. Joke man gets escorted out.
I think referees should have more control over everything that happens in the arena, not just in the ring or on the field.
I agree completely. So, Joke Band saying, do you realize AOC doesn't care how horny you are? Isn't this like, is it trying to turn the tables on us? We're the ones that said this to him?
This is insulting. But first of all, AOC. Let's leave her out of this for a minute, Joe.
Yeah, really.
Because what's going on here is you're bitter. You're
No.
bitter and you're hurt because we said that AOC doesn't care if you're horny. Well, that's damn true, pal. And
Yeah.
you know what? I guarantee she doesn't care if I'm horny or not, and that's her prerogative. Because actually, now that I think about it, she probably does, because I did register a number of fake voters in her district.
true.
Helped get her voted. So actually, it's her job to care if I'm horny a little bit.
Yeah. You gotta keep her happy. So you're wrong, joke man. She does care because Uncle Howard's the man with 1,000 Hotmail accounts, and he's
Yeah.
registering to vote. So
I take every illegal immigrant I find and I get them a voting card.
that's right. You get him a voting card, a Hotmail account, and a GeoCities website.
And then an Obama phone.
And an Obama phone. Yeah. You know,
And
I
there's
would like
nothing any of you out there can do about it.
I would like if political candidates cared if I was horny. I'm not gonna lie. I really would.
I think some of them do. I think it's never a front of the house talking point. But
Right, of course.
I bet if you went behind the scenes and you met, Donald Trump, for example, and so
I feel like Trump would care if I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's a repugnant man, but if I told him, and I came to him with respect in my voice, and I don't know that I would have the wherewithal to ever approach him with respect, but if I
No,
did,
of course not. He's trash.
if I did, and I went up to him and I said respectfully, Mr. Trump, I have to tell you, I'm very horny. I bet he'd be like, let's see what we can do about that.
That's right.
And then you give me
feel
the best
exact-
damn blowjob I've ever had.
And he'll get down on his knees. We'll take
He'll
care
get
of
down
that.
on his knees and suck my goddamn dick.
He'll suck it down like Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. I do feel like he would care, and he might even but like Cory Booker, like that's not my problem. Are you
Yeah.
serious right now? That's not my problem.
Could you see Kristen Gillibrand caring if anybody was horny?
No, Bernie Sanders. I haven't been horny in 33 years.
Well, 99% of the 1% of 3 Americans don't get horny at all.
Yeah, these cool leftists, they don't think about the long run. The candidates that care that you're horny,
That is why Bill Clinton is often considered one of the greatest presidents of all time, because that
That's
man
true. That's true.
definitely cared if you were horny.
I mean, he was a scumbag, yes, but he did care if people were horny.
I guarantee if I could get in touch with Bill Clinton right now, and please, if you know him, first tell him to listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Have him DM me. I want him to know that I'm horny.
Yeah. Let Bill Clinton know that Uncle Howard's horny. I mean, is Rod Clinton still alive?
Oh, gosh, I hope so.
I like the idea of these disgraced brothers, because, like, Vince McMahon has a brother as well, and he's, like, super low-key about it. Like, these fucking, like, Vince McMahon, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton's brother. Like, that's
I love
quite
the
honorable society.
disgraced brother.
Yeah, right?
Roger,
nobody talks
Roger
about
Clinton was the Tom Arnold of presidential brothers.
Okay, so it's Roger Clinton, it's Rodney McMahon, and I forgot Barack Hussein. Obama.
Oh, it was like
brother.
Malik Obama.
Malik, yes,
or
Malik
something.
Obama. Yeah, right. Yeah, and he's like,
That
I love
guy.
Trump. Like,
Yeah,
dude.
he's just like, my brother is Kenyan.
He's like, fuck my brother. What a weird thing.
Yeah.
What a
Why is
weird
he-
thing.
Why is he so mad?
What is he mad about? What is it like?
Did they ever even like hang out ever?
What a weird like dynamic there. Like, fuck my brother.
Can you imagine Obama just having to be like, oh yep, that's Malik.
That's
saying crazy things.
Yeah. What do you really say
Like,
about that?
That guy doesn't even ever get mad, so he wouldn't even be like, God damn it, Malik. He'd just be like, that's Malik.
Yeah, he'd make it into a meme or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
shoulder
I think
shrug.
Obama loves memes.
That's why he won. He became a meme, you know. So Luke, this is a good man right here. Luke Stadel, he's asking, okay, most and least effective pickup lines you have personally used. So, yeah, I already mentioned the story last week where I walked around the bar with an 8x10 glossy of Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, very effective.
It was my most effective and also my least effective because this is where I got shut down the hardest. And it was also like, this girl was just like, like, oh, cool, let's get the bartender to frame it and hang it up. And I'm just like, oh, I don't want to lose this right now.
Yeah.
Like, no, sorry. I may have had a chance to make sex, but I can't lose that 8x10 because that 8x10 should lead me to more the sex.
You've had sex how many times now?
6 times. 6 times.
But how many pictures of Angela Lansbury do you have?
I just got one. Yeah,
Well,
so
do the math.
Do the math. Yeah. So that's my most effective and least effective. Howard, do you have one? Do you have like a home runner? A home run hitter?
Probably my my most effective has always been, Your Honor, I plead guilty. That has often gotten me exactly where I wanted to be.
God. What do you get sentenced to normally?
Well, sandals on occasion.
What a strange relationship you and that judge have.
Sandusky, Ohio.
Sandusky, Ohio, yeah.
The sandals in Sandusky, primarily.
God. You know what I don't understand? Have you seen the Firefest documentaries yet, Howard?
No.
Okay, that's fine, and that's fine. People are like, we were on this.
Sorry.
That's no, well, that's your homework. No, who gives a shit about like the fucking thing everybody's talking about. There's like a whole thing like, oh, it's Pablo Escobar's island, but then it turned out it wasn't because like there's a sandals on there, and people were acting like they were stranded. You know the story of the
Yes,
spot.
of course.
People
of
were acting like they were
course.
stranded, but like a couple of miles ahead, there's a sandals. Why don't you just walk to sandals?
That is preposterous. It's
You know.
They went from a disaster. The best case scenario is they would have stood on a beach for 12 hours and finally gotten a chance to see Ja Rule. Or you can
Oh, no,
go to
Blink 182. I don't think Ja
Blink-
Rule was even booked.
Oh, well, or
He just
you can-
handled it.
He just, well, he's a good businessman. I taught
Good
him everything.
businessman, yeah.
So, or you could go 10 miles away and enjoy a cold pina colada.
Man, these
That's
nerds
a
were
hard
dumb.
decision.
Yeah, these nerds were dumb.
The only
Hanging
thing-
out in like FEMA tents.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Eating
Oh.
their government cheese.
Yeah. Best flavor of Mike's hardest lemonade to get you in the mood. What do you got, Howard?
Well, the best flavor is there's a sort of limited release of the Mike's Hardest lemonade, and it is flavored like what's that Asian fruit that they won't let you take on the bus with you?
I don't know, dragon fruit?
Durian.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a
Okay.
Mike's Hardest durian, and it is simply divine. It tastes exactly like a rotting onion.
So I normally go with tangerine if hard, but if I'm going harder, I go with the original. Nothing like the original.
I like tangerine because tang is in the name.
Yeah. Now hardest, I haven't done hardest. It's like Michelob Ultra. Well, I think I should stick with Michelob because Ultra is going a little too far. So
Yeah,
I stick with regular Michelob. I don't go with Ultra and I don't go with hardest. I like to moderate my drinking.
They're a lot like, remember when Street Fighter 2 came out, and then instead of a sequel to Street Fighter 2, it was just Super Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
And then it was like Street Fighter 2 Hyper Edition and so on and so forth. That's what like Hardest Lemonade and Michelob Ultra and all that is. They're the Hyper Editions.
Yeah. It's for pros. Can't
Yeah.
fuck around like that.
You gotta be
All right.
down in Corpus Christi if you want to put away a Michelob Ultra.
Yeah. Greatest city on earth.
The
So
body of Christ is what it translates to.
that's what Corpus Christi is. Oh, you're right. I never
Yes.
thought of that. I never thought of that. Jesus, right where he'd want to be buried, right there, right by
The
a shopping
Holy
center,
Grand.
right by a shitty shopping center with indoor arcades. All right.
The rare part of Texas that can be devastated by hurricanes.
Yeah. Anyways, shout out to our fans in Corpus Christi. We're
well-
specifically talking about one guy. We're just Josh, and I'm sure Corpus Christi is great. There's like
Yeah,
it's a long
beautiful.
city.
Yeah, very long city on
Yeah.
the coast, I believe.
Yeah, something like
Hey.
that. Something like that.
Here's to ya, Corpus.
Great city. Greatest city in the whole world.
Greatest city.
So, Croat DF is asking, will El Chapo, find
Chapo
true love in
Trap
prison?
House.
Now, this is the podcast guy? Is this who we're talking about?
Yeah,
or
we're
about...
talking about at Come Town.
No. So we're talking about the Chapo guy. You know, he's a bad apple.
He's no good. He's committed a number of crimes.
Now, he didn't do these crimes in Venezuela, right?
No, but good looking out, because Venezuela is still on our mind as
It's
much
still
as
on
it's
our
ever been.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't like it, and I won't stand for it.
Yeah,
End of story.
we stringently disagree with the events that are occurring there.
And don't get us started on Israel.
No,
No, Israel.
literally don't.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't. We just have too much information to convey.
We're too knowledgeable about it.
That's the thing. We don't want to belittle our audience, talk about Israel, and talk about the issues there that we know about.
We want to stay relatable to you people, so we've
Yeah.
got to kind of, keep it a little simple.
Yeah, we dumb it down sometimes. You
A
think
little
we're
bit.
bird brains? We're not eggheads.
Yeah,
We're not eggheads.
no. We're no Ivy League,
No.
college liberals or anything like that. We're just regular guys like you.
Yeah. Or regular, ladies as well. They listen to the show.
Yeah, get regular non-gendered guys,
Anyways,
just
so
like you.
will Chapo find true love in prison? I think
Absolutely.
he's going to escape again. I hope he tunnels his way out.
I think he might already be out of prison. I'm not sure that he even exists. He's kind of like Osama bin Laden.
Mm-hmm. Now, was he
Ju-
caught and compromised to a permanent end?
No, then as far as we know, he's still out there.
Yeah, I'll say this much. Will he find true love? I don't know. I think everybody's deserving of true love. You can quote me on that.
Yeah.
And but until John Cena announces it, I have my reservations about everything that's happened.
I think we can both agree that we're concerned that El Chapo is evidently still on the loose.
Yeah, I'd be more concerned about that right
Yeah.
now. Yeah,
But until he's been caught and compromised to a permanent end,
Caught
none
and
of us are
compromised.
safe.
I wear hustle, loyalty, and respect on my sleeve. No, I don't know the whole thing. Oh wow. So the next
Your
question
time
here.
is up. My time is now.
So the next question he asks is, what are your recommendations to spice up a long-term relationship? Hoping you say foot fetish. Well,
Well, I'm not going to say a foot fetish because that is how I start every relationship. I don't say how that would spice anything up.
you start like, hey, my name's Howard, I have a foot fetish, and this is the package you're getting there, sweeter. Take it or leave it.
I usually, what I do is, if I want to spice up a relationship, I think the best thing for me to do is split town for a while.
Go out for a pack of cigarettes, Uncle Howard.
You want to sell the sizzle and not the steak.
It's a mystique, you know.
That's right.
It's a mystique. Yeah, you wanna build the anticipation.
You'll leave them wanting more.
You leave them wanting. That's why I've never made sex with the same woman more than once.
Because she's always going to be wondering, hey, what could have happened?
What could have happened? What could have happened? She might want more, and maybe she will. One of the six will call me again. I don't know. They don't, but they might. It's not out of the realm of possibilities.
It's you know what? It's a lot like the end of a Infinity War, where it all ends so suddenly. I gotta know what's gonna happen next.
Right. And this is why again, it's
I'm
mostly
like,
their decision. But
hey, is that it? And then it turns out pretty much yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's it, and or it won't be it, and everything during Infinity War
Or nothing mattered at all.
Yeah, but so how would I spice up a long-term relationship? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say, I feel relationships have a problem in that they they feel they have to get weirder and weirder and weirder as they progress, and then you get to a sexual plateau. You know, you don't want to have to be taking things up a notch and then having to resort to being a furry. You know, that's my fear. That's why I don't get into relationships. Not because women find me undesirable. It's because I don't want it to fizzle out. That's what I worry about. I'm a romantic.
You want to keep yourself pure.
Yeah. I mean, that's a weird way to put it. What do you mean?
I mean, you just want to, wait for the perfect girl. The perfect number 7.
Yeah, my lucky number 11. That's what I'm looking for.
You're like, I'm not looking for Mrs. Right. I'm looking for Mrs. 7.
Mrs. 7.
Yeah.
You know, get all my sex out of the way now, and then with number 7, maybe we can make sex. You know, have a long relationship and make sex 5 or 6 more times.
Having sex is a lot like going to college. You don't necessarily enjoy it. You might have some good times around it, and
that's
after
true.
it's all over, you'll pay a bunch of debt, and then maybe
you'll owe a bunch of money.
You'll be glad that you can say you got a college degree.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's all there is to it.
The next question is from Bert, also a guy I went to the wrestling show with.
Good man.
Good man.
He was also beaten badly by some of the wrestlers.
There was a melee, and I guess he wanted to jump the guardrail, and they pounded him down.
He wanted to show those rough and tumble big boys how to make a little jobber squeal for mercy.
That's right. What
It's
are
all of Butch Nelson's best techniques.
There was like a 30-man melee, and I was like, damn. You know, if a guy just takes off his shirt and just jumps in there, what's really going to happen?
How would they know?
How do they know? There's so much commotion and flesh going on, like, you know?
They always talk about how in the old days, like, wrestlers, like, would just, like, say, I'll wrestle any man in the audience.
Yeah. What happened to that?
Bruno Sammartino was wrestling orangutans, and now all of a sudden Bert can't jump in the ring and tumble with some of the biggest boys in the biz.
He can't take off his shirt like Goldberg's son or Bobby Hill.
Yeah.
And wave it around like a helicopter. You know?
That was a touching moment.
Goldberg's son taking his shirt off was great.
There has never been a good outcome for a wrestler and his son appearing in the same ring.
No.
Most notably, one case.
I was worried about him, like, you know what? Screw it. I'm taking my pants off and just, like, being a kid and just, like, waving those around like a helicopter as well. Like, yeah.
What if he revealed himself to be wearing Goldberg's attire?
That's pretty gross. God. So for those who don't know what we're talking about, we apologize for the wrestling deep cut. Or not.
We're not talking about wrestling. We're talking about really smart philosophers that you.
Yeah, Goldberg, right.
Yeah, Goldberg. He was the man who formulated the
Rube Goldberg machine.
The Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah, that's how Pee Wee Herman had his breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how he had his. I mean, that's how we have our breakfast, but we haven't been able to get it down yet because I got cinnamon toast crunch on my toast, and I got scrambled eggs and coffee merged together.
I got scrambled eggs and tossed salads.
Well done. That's
Thank
the
you.
meal of an eloquent man right there.
Yeah, that is one of the smartest men I know. It's my doctor.
The doctor, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I thought you weren't supposed to meet with medical professionals.
I meet with him underneath the city in the tunnels.
Well, yeah, in the tunnels with. We like to apologize that the general
Killer
is not
Croc hangs out from Suicide Squad.
We're the Killer Croc, the general, and Kelsey Grammer and my Uncle Howard hang out. But no, the general was not able to make it today. I'm trying to apologize to the fan base.
The fans.
They are the ones doing that. Guys, the general couldn't make it. He's very aloof.
There have been power outages all over the nation right now. The East Coast.
That he's responsible for.
Hawaii, the Pacific Northwest. They're all getting hammered with inclement weather, and people need electricity more than ever, so they're calling in the best in the biz.
And he's scaling those things up and just making his money. God bless
He's
the
a
general.
first responder.
That's right. Anyways, We got a couple of questions here. All right. This one is, can I read the handle? You like to read it?
The handle is Crane Wife. 123.
123.
123 Hours is a fantastic movie.
James Franco.
The great James Franco.
Friend of the show.
Friend
No.
of the show.
Yeah. What's your favorite Usher song? Well, this is easy, though. I mean, like, fuck. I just wanna take it nice and slow.
I think
No,
that's
you tell me
called
what you wanna
Nice
do.
and Slow.
Yeah, nice and slow. It actually has a movie vibe. The music video is like 11 minutes long. It's like, and he's like cruising down, looking for his girlfriend that was captured, and he's in his car. It's not a Miata, but it's all right. And he's going, "They call me U.S. HERRAYMOND." Now, baby, tell me what you want to do.
OMD, that was a great band too.
Yeah, OMG.
OMC, I think
OMC.
it was.
So, did I mention the story about my backpack straps in high school?
No, let's hear it.
Ninth grade, I had Run DMC. I had Run on one side and DMC on the other. But it
No,
looked
that's
like
cool.
Run, but it looked like Run OMC. So it's just like, yo, he's a big OMC fan.
Did you write it on there with a whiteout, or was it a Run DMC branded back?
No, it was whiteout.
Hell
It was
yeah!
whiteout. Run OMC. It's just like, yeah, I love those guys. How bizarre.
In high school, I thought it was real cool just to listen to like punk bands that had never been on MTV or whatever. And my friend wrote on my backpack Nirvana just as a joke, but he spelled it wrong, so it said Nirvana. And
That's awesome.
that is how I
awesome.
always think of them when I see their name anywhere.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. That is a true bird brain move.
hey, it's pretty damn cool though. It is, I gotta say, it is pretty cool. So yeah, that's my favorite Usher song. I mean, you know, man, maybe I should just play it on my phone, and maybe women will find me more sexually appealing.
Maybe if it just plays everywhere you go, just kind of vaguely audibly from your pocket.
The Vatos always have like their music on their phone with no headphones. Is that
Yeah.
racist to say?
I don't. Maybe, but
Maybe.
I'm not the one to judge.
Yeah, you know.
I'll have to pray on it.
Hey, you know what? You know, whether I say things that might be racist, you know, let me pray on that. You know,
Yeah.
let me pray on it. That's all I gotta say.
Let me look to God for wisdom.
Yeah. Before you go chucking bricks at us, like, we need to go for God for the answers, not you.
Yeah.
So,
I gotta send some email to God.
All right. So she also asked us, tell the
Good
story
Lord.
of your very first love. Real people only. No cartoons, Franklin.
Ooh.
Love's a confusing. Yeah, one, that's like a shot. Like, okay, so, I mean, love's a confusing thing. You know, what am I going to say? Kelly Bundy, or no, Peg Bundy was the first woman I pleasured myself to. It's a known fact.
Yeah.
You love your Miata. I love your Miata. You know, it's not
Sure.
my first love. You know, so
It might be your first great love. Though.
it is my first great love. You know, but we're talking what? Ladies. I don't think I've ever loved a lady. That wasn't my mammy or my sister.
Wow, is that because you just haven't met the right lady yet, or do you just
I
find
guess so.
ladies unworthy of love?
No. Come on, Howard. Come on. I haven't
Let's
found
work
the
it
one.
out.
You know, I haven't found the one that's willing to tolerate my kind of lifestyle. That's willing to accept my. It's more on them that they're not accepting of my lifestyle. That I like to not work very much. I like to spend more time on the internet. That's me. You know, I don't judge those who work 50 hours a
No,
week.
more power to them. The
Hey, you want to work? Hey, that's great. You know what? I hate working, and I feel my efforts are better suited online. You know?
Yeah,
So
and if that's a crime, then send me to crime jail.
send me to crime jail or sandals, like they always send Uncle Howard to. But you know,
Yeah.
so I haven't. You know, I thought this hot first grade teacher would be the one, but I found her on Facebook, and she has a boyfriend. So that's It's a rough deal. It's
See,
a rough deal.
That's why it's hard to love a woman because
Because they always have boyfriends.
Always have boyfriends.
You know, and sometimes they have girlfriends, and that's fine.
And that's fine. That's all. It's whatever year it is now. I guess people.
It's the '90s.
It's the '90s. People do all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah, no, don't define that as crazy.
Listen, I'm pansexual.
That's true. That is
I can
true. That's
say
canon.
whatever I want. It is canon.
Yeah. There's like guys in my class today. It's like there's like some girl that rejected him. Like, oh man, she's a lesbo. It's like, well, I mean, no, man. She just wasn't into two pimply faced goofs who are like eating Takis out of a backpack and like have fucking Cheeto crumbs on their fingers. I mean, like, ladies out there, have you ever been fingered by a guy with like Cheeto crumbs or something? Like, is that a thing that can happen?
Please don't answer.
Answer that question for us.
I desperately don't want to know.
answer under the hashtag flaming hot fangerbang. Thank you. I'm sorry. I apologize, everybody.
Actually, never mind. I want everybody to use that hashtag.
Flamin' hot fangerbang.
Fangerbang.
I apologize. It's the medication I'm on. Much like Vito from The Sopranos, when they found out he was gay, and it turned out it was the medication he was taking. He could get a no from his doctors. I'm under a lot of medication
You're
right
under
now.
a lot of that kind of Vito medication.
Yeah, that Vito stuff, man.
Yeah, that's
I gotta
just
show
no
you that
joke.
clip. No, it's no joke. No. Vito got caught at a gay club, and he went, hey, guys, relax. It's a goof. It's a joke.
And he was right.
And he was right. You know, that should have been end of story. No questions asked. Oh, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He told you what it was.
He told you what it was. This is the problem, Uncle Howard. People don't take each other at their word anymore.
A man is only worth his word, and I'm not willing to say that any man isn't worth something. So every man must be worth a lot, so his word must be good.
You telling me you're a good man? Well, I don't
Then-
know the information, so I have to say, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Why couldn't
Listen,
you
I wasn't there.
be? Yeah. I might have to be skeptical about every human I meet. You know, it's a very interesting way to live your life, people. You know.
Yeah, it sounds
So
like
when
a
I tell you
real
I've had sex 6
blast.
times, when I tell you I've had sex 6 times, you take my word for it. You start asking questions. You know, I mean, I have answers, but I don't feel like answering them.
Yeah, you
know?
don't owe anybody an explanation.
No. So anyways, we got here. Tell the story of your first real love. Now it's your turn, Howard. I don't have a story yet. The best is still unwritten.
The best is yet to come, but oh, that's for Sinatra. He's a classy Italian man. Just
Elliot
like
Gould shook his hand.
Elliot Gould shook his hand.
He said, we shook Sinatra's hand. We have a bond. And Al Pacino's like, fuck Sinatra. Fuck Sinatra. Ocean's 13.
Did you ever see the fine documentary film Cannonball Run 2?
No, I haven't.
It's got an ensemble cast with Burt Reynolds as kind of the main guy, and they're racing across the country, and then there's a part where they say something like, "Oh, we need to meet with the big boss," or whatever, the boss of America or whatever.
Boss
And
of
then
America.
And then they cut to the scene, and they're in an office, and the man behind the desk is Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classy stuff.
Yeah.
So what's your first love, Howard? Who was your first love? Tell us about that.
Well, I don't know if anybody remembers, there was an old cartoon called Top Cat. He was a kind of disreputable, sort of pimp-attired alley cat who got into a number of hijinks with his kind of crappy, alley cat friends. But there was a real dynamite number named Tammy.
Now she told me she said no cartoons Franklin, but she didn't say no cartoons
She
Howard.
never said no cartoons Howard, and that's why I am utilizing my First Amendment rights. Thank you, AOC, for guaranteeing them. And that is why I actually now stand for the anthem, is because I am standing to applaud AOC.
That's right.
But she did not say no cartoons, Howard, and that is why my answer is Tammy from Top Cat.
Tammy from Top
A
Cat. That's
very saucy minx.
Now, I will say I could find myself to love a Saoirse Ronan someday. maybe not today.
If she
maybe,
plays her cards right.
maybe if she answers one email, or gives me her email, would be a great start. I was saying the other day, Brie Larson, she claims to be this revolutionary woman. Would she date a loser like me? How progressive is she? She won't date a dirtbag like me.
I don't want you talking that way about Captain Marvel ever again.
Okay. I'm sorry, Howard.
She
sorry.
is the ultimate slay queen.
Yeah, she is the ultimate slay queen. But no, I can't say, just rando girls from high school I obsessed with and like JO'd over endlessly. Like I don't feel like that's something I want to talk about too much. So it's just like, though it is, I will say it is nice to see women that I that I liked in high school and like dated. I didn't date very much in high school, but
no one did.
No, nobody did. I look at their profiles now. Some of them are married, and this one girl who I used to like a lot checked in on Foursquare 4 years ago to Chili's in a shitty part of Florida called Homestead. And I thought, you know what? I'm glad I avoided that life.
Oh,
I love Chili's, but,
I've had a lot of good times in Homestead, Florida. So
ugh, that's a lie.
One of the greatest towns in the entire world. That I know that Chili's well, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah?
Their blue curacao, it's actually the comb juice that they have in country clubs.
Wow, see that, Doughboys? We do food better than you, too.
Yeah, there ain't nothing that we don't do better than the Doughboys, except
Chili's
suck ass.
Love that restaurant, and the food was good. Yeah, better than Doughboys. The meat was fine. The drinks got me drunk. Nothing more need be said, Doughboys.
Oh,
Chestmate.
I thought the cheese in their burger wasn't quite as good as ketchup was.
They're good. They're funny guy. Well, Mitch is a funny guy.
Yeah, funny looking.
Wow.
You know what? Yeah. He's welcome to come on this podcast anytime and defend himself.
Yeah, from a live assault as we recorded on our mics.
Yeah.
No, that's a joke, folks. I don't need this popping up in court later, 5 years from now, or this audio playing.
You leave us alone, Mike Mitchell.
No. You can be on the show.
You can be on the show, but also be nice to us.
Be nice to us. Be nicer to us, please.
Yeah.
Okay, was there ever a time when the popular girl in class gave everyone a Valentine's except you? I feel like I'm the reason why like teachers are like, oh, make sure you have a card for everybody,
Definitely.
I think it never happened, thankfully, but like I feel like teachers are the reason why it didn't happen. Teachers and parents are like, yeah, you got to get a card for everybody. So, yeah. I got one, but I might as well not have gotten one.
I was just thinking today how when I was in first grade, I got a Valentine's card anonymously, and now that I think about it, it almost surely was a prank that was sent to me in cruelty.
Oh, I'm sorry, Howard.
It's okay.
Pretty fucked up.
Hey, listen. I mean, it was a different time.
Different time. Yeah.
And I took my revenge.
Oh, what?
Oh, in 7th grade, I was so much older than every 6th grader. I said, I know it was a 6th grader who did this to me when I was in 6th grade. But now I'm in 7th grade. So I got the entire 6th grade class expelled. And then when I was in 8th grade, there was no 7th grade class, obviously. So then I got the 6th grade class expelled again.
Okay. They had nothing to do with it.
Oh. They might have. It was a 6th grader, wasn't
it? They move up a grade like with you, man.
But
yeah, you're not the only one who moved up a grade. Everybody else did.
I don't know. Something's not adding up for me.
Something's not adding up. We'll figure it out sometime.
I'm no mathematician, but this smells fishy.
Hope you're not accusing me, man.
You weren't in my 6th grade class.
No, I was in 5th grade.
You were, so that could have been you 2 years later.
No, you're confused. Stop it now, Howard. Stop the madness.
Where were you when you were in 6th grade when I was in 6th grade?
I was in 5th grade.
Oh, it's a convenient excuse.
All right, Uncle Howard. I would never send you a Valentine's Day card as a prank. It's just mean.
And listen up, anybody who would do something like that, let me give you the most sincere go fuck yourself there has ever been.
Yeah. That's for sure. I think one time it wasn't a Valentine's Day, but a girl with a Linkin Park shirt like me in my senior year.
Now that's cool.
I think I specifically didn't like. She was okay. I didn't. There's no
Here I
reason.
go for the 100th time, hand grenade pins in every line.
I think I specifically didn't like her because of the shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, that band sucks.
just like it was really stupid. Like, yeah, she was all right looking. I really didn't date her because like what? Because like I thought the band sucked and like
You were holding to your artistic integrity.
right. I was like, that's pretty stupid of me, God. But won't make that mistake again, ladies. If you listen to Linkin Park and you happen to still be gorgeous, then you know what? Sure, why not?
Don't worry about it, Lincoln Park ladies. You're
I learned
free.
from my mistakes.
Hit
I
mo-
learned from my mistakes.
And
Isn't that what it's about?
That is exactly why we now forgive Louis C.K.
Oh, not so
He
fast.
he learned from his mistake that he should keep making that mistake.
No. You know, I don't think he never said, I now realize jerking off in front of people is a bad thing. Maybe when he says that.
No, I didn't say he learned the lesson we wanted him to learn, but he learned a lesson all by himself.
Yeah, he learned a lesson. That could be said.
Yeah, it was
So,
the
Howard-
wrong lesson.
The last question.
Thank heavens.
Who is the most iconic set of twins?
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 Boing. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom.
So, you have the double Henry Cavill from the Social Network movie.
Oh,
The
playing
Winklevoss,
the
playing the
Winklevoss
Winklevoss
twins. You have the Krossenberg twins or whatever that Jack Allison can't shut his mouth about.
Oh, is that what he's talking about? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, they're these like two twins that are just super like yes queen about Chelsea
no.
Clinton all the time. They're fine. I mean, who cares?
Yeah, who gives a shit? How about the twins from Spring Break? Was it twins Spring Breakers?
The ATL twins.
The ATL twins who share partners.
Yeah, they share everything.
Now they seem like a couple of bird brains. Do they have a bird brain symptom? The ATL twins.
I think the bird. I believe they are definitely medically bird brain.
Are they medically bird brains? So,
Yeah, I think they got one good brain between the two of them.
Okay. Yeah. It's like Sid Vicious said, I have half the brain that you two have. And how about Lindsay Lohan has a twin. We only saw them in The Parent Trap, and then she stopped acting.
Yeah, that's weird. That was like also in the original Parent Trap with Haley Mills. We only saw Haley Mills' twin once in that movie, too.
Yeah. Haley Mills of Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
My answer would be the Barbie twins.
Who are
The
the
most
Barbie
iconic twins imaginable. They were kind of the.
me look them up here.
Go ahead and look them up here real quick.
Well, they're 55, dude.
Well, they're
Whoa.
55 now.
Oh, they're on Geraldo in 92. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah. Now
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
That is what I call twins.
Yeah. Now,
As
let me
far
see
as
them
I
on
know,
social
they
media.
invented being twins.
Yeah, I think they. Let's see. They're politically involved now. They're like tweeting about Russia. We know about Russia,
See?
So
The Barbie twins got the inside scoop on Russia.
yeah, they do. I don't think they like Black Lives Matter. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to follow what they're doing here, but I don't think they like Black Lives Matter, which is, I love Black Lives Matter. They are.
I've always thought that they did.
Yeah. That's pretty plain and simple there. No, I'm just looking through their shit now. Their social media is pretty rough, so I'm not gonna scour through that anymore.
They're vegans.
Okay, well, good on them for sure, but they're a little off. They're a little off now, but I like them in Geraldo.
Yeah, anything on Geraldo is good.
Does Daisy Ridley have a twin? Is Kiko Ridley her? You know what? There's a triplets from Daisy of Love.
Is Princess Daisy in Mario Kart based on Daisy Ridley?
That's a great question. That is a great question. Let me look up Kiko Ridley. I think they're twins.
Are
It would
serious?
specify.
What
Then
about
there's a
Vera
Poppy Ridley.
Farmiga and Taisa Farmiga?
What's up?
What about Vera Farmiga and Taisa Farmiga?
I mean, who are they?
I don't know. They're actresses, I think. What
Okay.
about Rooney Mara and Kate Mara?
You're reading a list.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying
Things that come to your head.
sister actresses that I know.
Sister- Yeah.
Vera or Taisa Farmiga was in American Horror Story,
Okay.
and they're just sisters apparently, and so are the Mara sisters.
So my most iconic twins would have to be, the ATL twins. They're bird brains, but you know what? They do quite well for themselves, and they're very special boys, and they should be very proud of everything they've done. They're
The
very
only
special.
thing that's keeping them from being one of a kind is that there's two of them.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Pillow Talk with Franklin and Uncle Howard. As always, you can find us on Twitter. I am BugTVFranklin. I'm also on Instagram. I don't do very much on there. Don't look through my likes. If you want stickers, DM me and Uncle Howard. We will send them to you for free. If you want to throw some money our way for SoundCloud hosting fees, that'd be cool. You do not have to. Those stickers are free of charge. Spread them around town, take a photo, and show us the photo, tag us in it, whatever. Also, we're going to have new stickers soon, so be patient. We will have more merch. We're working on it. We're growing. We apologize again for the lack of General, but he will be here soon. So give us some time, folks. Give us some time.
That's
Howard?
beautifully said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, Miata Guy 4. That's the number. You, that's the number. You can sure. Yeah, send me a DM, send him a DM, or just add us or whatever. Ask for some stickers. You can send us your address. We'll send you the stickers. No questions asked. You can send us some money. We'll take it. You cannot send us some money. We'll still send you the stickers.
That's right.
We are on SoundCloud. We are on iTunes. We are on Stitcher. Please like us, subscribe to us, write us reviews. Word of mouth is good. If you like us, tweet about us. A gentleman recently did that. I wish I could remember his name, but
Theo Redinger.
Theo Redinger. I believe that if there's a God in this world, that he knows who you are and he smiles when he sees your name.
You sound like a professor.
Yeah, thank you, doctor.
And as always, if you have disagreements with us in the show and think this might be a bit too controversial,
Or you like what's going on in Venezuela,
if that's the case,
go fuck yourselves.